Good morning, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to our weekly update of the 2020 presidential election model. But before I get started, I want to mention that I am currently working on building a model for the 2020 Senate races, and I may do one for the House races, but with 435 seats there, I am not sure if I'm going to have the patience to do that. As for the Senate model, one of the calibration tools I'm going to use is something on 538 called the percent above replacement senator score. They have one for the governors as well, and I may use that if I decide to do a model for the governor's races. But anyway, moving back to the presidential election, currently there's only one poll out today, and that's a Rasmussen poll. And I'm less willing to. I'm willing to say that may skew the model's results right now. But it's actually currently very similar to where it was at the very end of last week, so Saturday Sunday time frame. And currently there is a little bit of market uncertainty, so I have dropped the economic score by 0.5% in Trump's favor. So instead of 1 point in his favor, it's now 0.5 point in his favor, which is a 1% swing down from a 2% swing. Of course, as you can see, we're starting to get an idea of which states are going to be competitive, and broadly they're the same states that were competitive in 2016. So we're talking Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, we're talking Florida, we're talking Arizona. To a lesser extent, we're talking Minnesota, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico. Though North Carolina should honestly be closer, according to my model, but I'm chalking that up to a lack of high quality polls of the general election, as well as it still being early in the primary season. And this is because we haven't had a chance to see coalitions solidify around the candidates, and therefore, once a Democratic nominee is found, we're going to probably see a lot of the swing states get closer, and a lot of the safe states get further apart. Though I also expect some states in between swing and safe to have a mix of both. Some will narrow, some will widen. It really just depends on who the nominee is. Anyway, if I were the Trump campaign, I'd be focusing on Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and maybe making a few trips to Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Florida in order to hold those states. And maybe making a few trips to, say, Virginia, Minnesota, and I'd actually ignore Nevada. I think this is slightly misleading, it being very close. I just don't trust that result. And it's more because of the state's history of being more Democratic than polling would indicate. I'd also go to New Hampshire and Maine and maybe make a few exploratory trips to Delaware just to see, hey, let's see if there's maybe something to exploit here and we can pick off a state from the Democrats. As for the Democrats, the task is simple. Win these 3 states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And not going for what Democrats really want to do, which is try and flip North Carolina, Georgia, Texas, and Arizona and go just straight Sunbelt. Sure, the idea is grounded in mathematical reality. Honestly, I think if you flip Texas, flipping Texas would win the election. The problem is it's going to be very difficult to flip Texas. And it's going to be difficult to do that if you're trying to both flip Texas, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, as well as defend Nevada, Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, Maine. And if the Trump campaign and the Republicans feel that Texas is truly vulnerable, I would expect them to start going after it hard. And if your strategy relies on turning a, if not reliably red state, a state that definitely leans into the Republican category and was only for the first time truly competitive in 16, and that was still 9 points, I just don't really see the state being flippable at this time. 2024, I'll give the Democrats 2024, but I'm not giving the Democrats 2020 in Texas. Anyway, I'm going to start trying to do some specific matchups in the coming weeks. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a nice day. Bye.